Ever been in an interview and been asked to explain a time when you had to simplify a complex issue for someone with no knowledge of the topic? It can stump even the most seasoned professionals. You might wonder why such a question is even asked. Well, it's a clever way for employers to evaluate your communication skills, your ability to solve problems, and your patience. Essentially, they want to see how you can take something intricate and make it digestible to someone who might not have your level of understanding. It's not about the complexity of the topic you choose to discuss. It's about how you can break it down, simplify it, and ensure the other person grasps what you're saying. So, the next time you encounter this question, don't fret. Remember, this question is not about demonstrating your expertise in a specific field. Rather, it is about your ability to communicate effectively and make complex ideas accessible to anyone. This question can come in various forms, so be prepared. It might pop up as, describe a time when you had to teach a difficult concept to a colleague, or tell me about a time you had to simplify a complex process for a client. Each version is a different side of the same coin, probing for your ability to break down complex ideas and communicate them effectively. Now, let's break down the key elements to include in your response using the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. Start by outlining the situation and the task at hand. This sets the stage for your story. Next, dive into the action you took. How did you break down the complex issue? What methods did you use to ensure understanding? Finally, share the result. Did the person understand? How did this impact the overall situation? Remember, the focus should be on your approach to the situation, not on the complexity of the issue itself. Now that we know what to include, let's delve into how to include it. Let's start with an example of a not so great response to the question. Give an example of a time when you had to explain a complex issue to someone with no knowledge of the subject. Once, I had to explain how our company's new software worked to a new hire. It was hard because they didn't have any prior knowledge, but in the end, they seemed to get it. This response is ineffective as it lacks specificity. It doesn't tell us what was complex about the software, how you went about explaining it, or how you knew the new hire understood. Now let's look at a more effective response. In my previous role as a software engineer at XYZ, I was tasked with training a new hire who had a background in sales, not tech. The most challenging part was explaining our proprietary software. I broke down the complex processes into simpler, relatable analogies. For instance, I compared the software's data processing function to a librarian organizing books. I assessed their understanding by asking them to explain the process back to me in their own words, and to use the software under my supervision. By the end of the week, they were able to use the software independently for basic tasks. This response is effective because it's specific, concise, and results-oriented. It tells us what was complex, how the speaker tailored their explanation, and how they ensured the other person understood. It also subtly highlights the speaker's patience, creativity, and teaching skills. When crafting your own response, remember to be specific. Provide enough detail to give a clear picture, but avoid unnecessary jargon that could make your explanation confusing. Stay concise, stick to the point, and keep your response to about 2 minutes. And lastly, focus on the results. Show how your explanation led to a positive outcome, like the person you were teaching being able to independently use the software. A bad answer can make you seem unapproachable or confusing, while a good one can paint you as an effective communicator and problem solver. So, what have we learned today? In our journey to master the art of answering the complex interview question, give an example of a time when you had to explain a complex issue to someone with no knowledge of the subject. How did you ensure they understood? We've unearthed some crucial points. We discussed how this question is a probe into your communication skills, your ability to simplify complex concepts, and your patience. We also examined different ways this question can be asked and the key elements to include in your response, the situation, your approach, and the outcome. We highlighted the importance of giving specific examples and avoiding vague responses. And remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Your tone, clarity, and confidence can make a world of difference. With a bit of preparation and the right approach, you can turn this tricky question into an opportunity to shine. So go out there and ace that interview. Thank you for watching. If you found value in today's video, please hit that subscribe button for more helpful content. Got questions or ideas? Comment below or connect with me on LinkedIn, especially if you're exploring opportunities or hiring. Remember, it only takes one opportunity to transform your career journey. Keep striving and stay optimistic. Your persistence will pay off. Peace and success to you.